Good morning, amigos. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in this planet. Welcome to another episode of Inside the Ropes with Coach Mario. Coach Mario, owner and head coach of Warriors Pride Boxing Academy here in Miami, Florida. Hello, guys. Today it's a beautiful, cloudless, sunny, breezy day here in Miami. It is beautiful. Wow. I mean, it's been raining this whole past weekend, and but today it's a beautiful day, and that's what I believe life is. We have our days, cloudy days, and we got our sunshine-filled days. So that's the reason why you always have to look forward to better days ahead, even if you're in a cloudy, gloomy day today. You're not feel inspired. You don't feel motivated by any reason. You don't want to go and train, and you don't want to go and practice. Look at the days ahead of you. Every day is going to be different, guys. And I bring this up because today I'm going a different direction. All right, I'm going to talk about something totally different today. I'm not going to be talking about upcoming fights. I'm not going to be talking about predictions. I'm not going to be talking about breaking down analysis of future upcoming fights. What I'm going to be doing today is a program, an episode dedicated to all of those youngsters and not so young people that want to embark on this journey of becoming a fighter. Whether it's amateur, whether it's pro, whether you're a very young individual, I have a few words to say, and these are a little piece of advice from somebody that's been involved in boxing for a long time. I've been a boxing coach for many years, and I own, as you all know, a boxing school here in Miami, Florida called Warriors Pride Boxing Academy. All right. So the reason why I'm making this video is because I get asked this question a lot, and I have a lot of kids and youngsters and teenagers and not so young people coming over to my gym wanting to become superstars in the sport, great fighters, dedicate their life to boxing, and to have a future in the sport. All right. I usually see this people when they come in. I usually sit down with them when somebody's going to enroll in our program, and I ask them why they chose boxing, and I get all types of different answers. And some people say they're there for fitness purposes, and that's great. Actually, I would tell you that 95% of the people that come to my academy are there for different reasons, and most of them are there just for fitness purposes, get in shape, to learn the martial art of boxing. They've never boxed before, to get a little bit of sparring, learn all the fundamentals, and to get stronger, faster, and be able to receive some of these benefits from the sport of boxing. All right, relieve stress, release endorphins, self-esteem issues, you name it. I've had over 1,000 people come through my doors in the last 12 years here in Miami, Florida, and I can tell you we've had all sorts of people coming through our doors, and I'm very thankful for all of those who have remained loyal to us for so many years. I actually see a lot of these youngsters that come by and trained with me when they were 9 years old, and for a few years, then they go to other sports and do other stuff, and I see them later on as men, and it is a great feeling when I see this young man whether they're in the military or they chose a different path, college, whatever. They come back and they always say hi, and they tell me how much they appreciate the discipline and the knowledge that they gained the time they were at our academy, right? But I'm gonna talk about this other 5%. That other 5% that actually tell me, no, coach, I want to be a fighter, I want to be a boxer, I want to compete, and I want to become great. I think it is good that we're actually at a boom right now in this type of sport, where there's a lot of figures. Social media is to blame for this resurgence of the sport. And resurgence, I call it, there's more attention to it due to the likes of the Ryan Garcias of the world, the Jake Pauls of the world, and other social media influencers that have taken up boxing and have posted their progress in the sport by social media posts. And a lot of youngsters watch these the social media posts, and a lot of young people are influenced and are motivated by some of these videos from social media influencers and the movies, you know, the Creed movies and all this other stuff that actually helps boost the sport. And I'm good with that, and I appreciate that. My academy right now is having great success, and it's been having great success for a while, but I see there's a lot more interest in the sport. So I have a little bit of advice for all of those who actually want to become fighters, all right? And when they ask me, coach, I want to become a fighter, what should I do? This is why I tell them, number one, I want you to tell me this 1 year from now, that you want to compete, that you want to be a fighter. If you stick it through the training, the hard training that we have here at our academy. You make it through all of these different things that we put you through at our school. If you're willing to learn, if you have 100% dedication, and some of the things that I tell them are, there are certain things that you need to have in order to become a fighter, become competitive fighter, to become, you know, somebody that actually can call themselves a fighter. All right. And one of the things that I tell them is you have to have commitment. All right. Motivation is good. Motivation is temporary. You're coming through the doors, but commitment lasts a lifetime. Right. So motivation is great. You're motivated. You watch a movie, you watch Creed, you watch Jake Paul, you watch, Ryan Garcia, hitting the reflex bag. But that is only motivation. That will only last for a little while. Once things get tough, a lot of people quit. And I tell you that 5% of that 5% that tell me they want to dedicate, they want to learn the sport in order to become fighters, a very, very small percent make it through. Very, very, very small. I would tell you less than 1% maybe. And that is because this is a very hard sport, guys. It's a very tough sport. Not everybody has the core values and discipline to make it through an intense boxing regimen, training day in, day out. All right, especially if you want to become a fighter. All right. When I have kids that come through my doors, I have youngsters as young as 6 to 8, 9 years old. Those kids, I just want to teach them. I just want them to learn the sport and have fun. There's no pressure whatsoever. For those that are older, in their 13s, their teenage years, and they really have that motivation inside, and they really want to do it, and I see them in and out, and I see them asking me, how did I do, coach? What can I do to improve? I see that interest. Well, I love to help those guys, all right? So, again, some of the cores that you need, the core values that you need in order to become a successful individual in the sport of boxing, or somebody that's going to dedicate his time to become either a competitive amateur boxer or further down the line as a pro fighter. I don't train pro fighters, that's not my thing. I train exclusively amateur boxers. I've trained pros in the past, and that's a headache that I don't want to get into again. So, number one, commitment. Number two, discipline. You have to have that discipline, guys. You have to be able to stay focused, to come in every day and train hard. That's not easy to do. It's not easy to come in and day out and have that discipline, whether you're tired, whether you're exhausted from working all day. And I can actually identify myself with this because I used to compete as a boxer while I had, a full-time job in Puerto Rico. And it was more than a full-time job. I was a manager, assistant manager in a company, a retail company, and I had to work more than 40 hours a week. I remember I used to live in Carolina, Puerto Rico, and I used to train at Alexei Arguello's boxing academy, Don Can's academy there in Carolina. And I used to work till late at night. I used to come home to my little apartment. I was in my early 20s. And I used to be saying, no, today I'm not going to go to practice. My brain would constantly, it was my worst enemy. Constantly tell me, no, I'm too tired. I'll do it tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. Try to find excuses, right? In my head, not to go and show up for practice. But I didn't care. I remember my head would be saying something. My body would be doing something else. I'd start getting dressed, changing to workout gear, run 2-3 miles to the gym, train for 2 hours, spar, and come back home feeling a sense of accomplishment. Because, although I wanted to quit, my mind wanted to quit. My mind wanted to look the easy route, which is what all human beings have, that self-preservation mentality, what you're saying, that's it. I don't want to work on them. I don't want to run anymore. This is too tough, blah, 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 and quit. And I've seen so many great kids and youngsters with so much potential quit because they don't have the commitment, they don't have the discipline, the strength of heart, their hard work, and dedication to the sport. That's the problem. It's a very lonely sport, guys. It's a very lonely sport. So I think that if you work hard and you outwork others, because you got to think, if you're already been training for a while and you're ready to have your first amateur event, sanctioned event, you have to work harder than what you think the other guy is working. So you have to dedicate, stay focused, dedicate yourself, body and soul, to this sport and work as hard as you can with the supervision of your coach. You got to listen to your coach. That's very important. You listen to your coach. He knows what you're doing. You got to find first a good coach, somebody that really cares about you. That's what coaching is. A person that cares about you. Not only does he care about you in the gym, but he cares about you outside the gym. There's some great coaches out there. Some great people that are actually helping kids from all walks of life. Kids without dads, kids, with problems, with self-esteem issues and everything else. And they guide them. I really love to help kids out. And I see you need, and you have the need for the need for help in the sport of boxing, the need for help outside of boxing in your home. and I'm there willing to do it, man. So you got to find yourself somebody that's dedicated that way, a coach that will listen to you and will care about you inside and outside the ring. All right. Indomitable spirit. What is that? Indomitable spirit is a spirit you cannot dominate. You will not relinquish. That spirit that will, no matter what, man, rain, snow, sleet, hard weather will not stop you. Gloomy days, ugly days, thunderstorms, everything. You will go and train. You will go and train. You will find that motivation to go and train and show up. And you want me to tell you something? When you do this, and you might think coaches don't notice, but they notice. When you come in, when others aren't coming in, and you continue to come in, and at the beginning they might not put too much attention to you. We don't do that in our gym. We're actually a boxing school that we're focused on almost a one-on-one type of training where we help everybody out, no matter what level you're in and no matter what you want to do, whether you want to be a fighter or not. You're just there to get in shape, but want to teach you all the fundamentals correctly. But going back to that point, coaches notice. For those that 5% that said they want to become fighters, they notice when they come through the door on gloomy days, hard days, days off where you're not having boxing classes. They come and train, and you see them there, and you see them at the workouts giving 100%. We notice that. You might think we don't, but we do. And we say, hey, that kid's got a possibility. And I'll tell you something, is my experience. I'm not going to tell you this is the experience of every coach out there, but we see somebody with talent and we get hyped up about that kid. We get motivated. We get thrilled that we have somebody like that in our gym. And we're disappointed when those kids do not fulfill their potential because they don't have the mindset. They don't have the heart. They don't outwork others. They don't stay disciplined. They don't have that commitment. Because nowadays there's a lot of kids and this generation that want instant gratification. They want to become fighters immediately. They want to become. No, this sport doesn't work that way. And I tell the guys when they come over to my gym, they tell me, hey, when do I spar? But you just got here. You don't even know how to throw a jab. You're not going to spar. Are you crazy? Learn all the fundamentals. All these 10 fundamentals that I have on my wall, I teach you. Basic stuff. Proper stance, proper guard, defense, how to throw your combinations, how to move inside the ring, inside and outside a box, how to shadow box, how to hit the back properly. All these things you got to learn before you go inside the ring. And then once they go inside the ring, it's a progressive type of gym, so they can start learning, putting into practice everything that they learned while they've been there. All the fundamentals. All right. Again, you got to listen to your coach, to the instructions. We're not just, shouting out instructions for you guys and, you're here just doing whatever the hell you want. And we notice that too. We notice those are slackers and they just want to get by. You know what? If we might correct you a few times, but if you continue doing the same thing, showing up late, just being lazy in the gym, we get disappointed and we say, you know what, this kid, he really doesn't want to be here. So you're gonna have these coaches, they're not gonna care anymore. They will care about you personally, but as far as thinking that you might become a competitive boxer, they'll say, he doesn't have what it takes. Skills is not everything, guys. You can be the most skilled boxer. I'd rather take an unskilled fighter, a person with really bad motor skills, but has the indomitable spirit, has the discipline, has the motivation, has the commitment, works hard, listens to the coach. I'd rather have that guy a million times more than somebody that's gifted beyond comprehension. All right? So the last thing I think you need in order to become a fighter, a boxer, is to have heart. If you don't have heart, and what I mean heart is that thing inside that tells you, no, I'm not going to quit. No matter what, I'm not going to quit. Once I'm inside the ring, I'm not going to quit. You know, that's one thing that I admire so much in these legendary boxers of all time. They had the heart. Jeez. Look at some of these fights. This iconic fights. Gotti and Ward. The Barrera versus Morales. You know, and so many others. Duran and Sugar Ray. Tommy Hearns and Hagler. Ali said the following. I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. That is having heart. That is having commitment. That is what boxing is all about. It's a very lonely sport. You go inside the ring on your own, or you come back to the corner, yeah, we'll help you out. But you got to go out there again. It takes a lot of heart for you to get off the stool after you took a beating in the previous round and get up and go and try to adjust in order to prevent that from happening and turn the tables on your opponent. It takes a lot of heart, and I admire that. I used to do that, so I know what it's like. Those who have actually laced up gloves and been inside the ring know what that is all about. You know? I tell you something, and I tell my guys, I said, if I ever would quit in a fight, I would have to move from my town. This is in Puerto Rico. They don't allow quitters over there, man. I mean, they have that cria boricua, and I'm not Puerto Rican. I was raised in PR. I'm Cuban by birth. My mother was Cuban, my father was Mexican, and raised in Puerto Rico. So I got, you know, that fighter's blood in me. But if in Puerto Rico you give up or you avoid fighting somebody, or you're in a gym and you say, no, I don't want to spar, and you see that a lot. Well, I see it a lot. When I say, okay, get ready, put your gloves on, you're going to spar. Oh, no, not today. I feel this, I feel that. Oh, okay. All right. I'll call you again. I would not, and I know things have changed. I'm an old school coach, guys. You gotta bear with me. Things change. You know, times change. People are softer nowadays. When I was growing up, if I was in a gym and I was asked by my coach, and would tell me, Zurdo, because I'm lefty, Zurdo, put your gloves on. You go inside the ring. And I would go inside the ring. Not as an amateur, I would go inside the ring against a pro. Maybe an undefeated pro with 11 knockouts. You think I was going to say no? You imagine all the boxers that were there looking at me and saying, no, I feel, you know, my leg hurts. You know, I don't feel too good. Then what the hell are you doing here? If you don't feel good, don't show up to the gym. If you're sick, don't show up. If you're really sick, don't show up. That shows me you don't have the heart. But anyway, making it to become a fighter is not an easy task, guys. That's my point today. My point today is not an easy task. And I just want to say I just came this weekend from USA Sanction event in Port St. Lucie here in Florida, where one of my fighters, Jonathan Garrison, who's been with me for over a year, this is his first fight. His first fight. But this kid is one of those few. He's shown dedication. He's shown motivation. Discipline. This kid is quiet all the time. He's got a smile on his face the whole time. When I say something, do this, you know, Jonathan, you're doing this wrong. Look at this, you know, in your sparring session, I saw you were doing this. He studies film. He listens to his coach. He stays motivated. This guy's a diamond in the rough. And I'm glad to say that this past weekend, all that came into fruition. And my fighter, Jonathan Garrison, 145 pounds, won by second round knockout. Second round knockout, guys. Because he's dedicated. And I asked him after the fight, what do you think? How does it feel? He goes, man, it feels great, coach. What a feeling. I said, it's great, right? So what are you going to do now? He goes, I'm going to get ready for the next one. And you know, I'm going to see him today at practice, most likely. He's going to bring his belt. He's going to show up, and he's going to work hard. Those are very far in between type of individuals that actually are committed that way. So for everybody out there that wants to become a fighter, that wants to become a competitor, you got to go through fire, guys. You got to go through the fire. It's not easy. All right? So that's just my point. That's all I wanted to talk about today. And for anybody out there that wants a little bit of advice and trying to find a coach, the right gym and everything, feel free to write to me here. I will answer every message, right? Every comment that you have on my YouTube channel, I will answer it. Especially you're a young person trying to start in the sport, I'm willing to help you 100%, guys. All right? And if you're here in Miami, welcome to my facility. Come on by, take a free trial class, see if it's something that you want to commit to. And I always tell the parents, because the parents are sometimes more delusional than the kid, and they, oh, he wants to do this, he wants to do that. You got to learn first. All that is going to come once he shows me, once he's been here for a year. Committed, disciplined, working hard, never miss a practice, giving 100%, listening to his coach and staying humble. Once I see that, then we'll start talking about competition. All right, guys? So again, like and subscribe to this channel. Please share with all your friends, with everybody out there. If somebody you know wants to be a fighter, your son, your kid, your nephew, somebody that you know would like to take that journey into becoming a boxer, feel free to share this video with them and to contact me if you like. I'm gonna post my toll-free number here on this video, and if you like to contact me, you can go to our website, wpba305.com. Academy, saying have a great day, enjoy your journey into boxing, stay safe, and may God bless you all. Peace.